Morning. How are you? Hope you had a lovely Easter. We've had great weather here, which is amazing. So I felt we've done a lot of leg work in the last few sequences, and I'm really feeling my legs being, getting stronger, but at the same time getting a little tired. So I think today we're going to move and really work the core. So by the core, I meant the abs and the iliopsoas and the transversal abdominals. So all the muscles that are basically in that soft part of your body between your ribs and your pelvis, and that allow you to move your legs. They keep your spine strong. So there's no ribs, there's no other bones keeping your spine from collapsing, except for all of those muscles that are also holding, your digestive organs. So we're going to work on them today. So I just letting you time to get set up. Maybe as we're waiting, we might just start and warm the wrists a little bit, doing a few circles. So one direction and the other, and that's good training for the brain. And just stand here and breathe. Relax your shoulders, relax your legs. Notice that, like, the first thing you do to waken your core is, as you're standing, you're slightly tilting your pelvis down, so your tailbone down and your pubic bone forward a little bit. And just by doing this, if I'm standing relaxed with my hips pointing back and my abdominals relaxed, just by drawing the tailbone down, lengthening the front of the legs, I'm going to already engage my core already. Oh, just 2 seconds, I'll let the cat in. Come in. No, go to bed. All right. Okay, so we're going to start to do a few rounds of sun salutations. So standing nice and tall at the front of the mat, engaging the core, noticing your breath. You can activate your Ujjayi breath if you like, if you know how to. So you're breathing in and out through your nose, and you're letting the sound of your breath give a rhythm to your practice. And we're going to inherit the cat. He's been fed already. He can just go and sleep on the sofa, which is what he usually does. There you go. All right, so starting at the front of the mat, let's inhale, open our arms. Exhale, draw the core in, look down, hands together. Inhale, reach all the way up, stretch up. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Bring your hands to the side of your feet. Let the crown of your head come down. Bring the right leg all the way back. Drop the back knee. And inhale, come into a lunge, dropping the hips, looking up. Exhale, bringing the hands into the floor. Moving the left leg back. Dropping the knees, poking the abs. And drawing the chest down all in one exhale. On an inhale, stretching forward, legs back into a cobra. Exhaling into a downward dog. Taking one deep breath in downward dog. So moving your knees if you need to. Letting the arms plug to the shoulders. Lengthening the spine. Every exhale, feel that navel going towards your spine and your hips pushing back towards the wall behind you. Take a deep exhale, and on the next inhale, stretch your right leg all the way back, keeping your hips facing forward. Exhale, bring the leg all the way forward, drop the back knee. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bring the left foot forward, come back into a forward bend. Inhale, reach forward, bend your knees and reach all the way up. Legs straight. Exhale, draw your hands down. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, close your hands. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Left leg back at the end of the exhale. Inhale, we might reach the hands up as we reach the hips down. Exhale, coming into a plank, dropping the knees, elbows in towards the sides of the body, coming all the way down to the floor, lengthening the legs, inhaling, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, into downward dog. One deep breath. Inhale, stretch your left leg up. Exhale, bring the foot all the way forward. Drop the back knee. Inhale, maybe reaching up. Exhale, hands by your foot, coming back into the forward bend. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhaling, drawing your energy down into your core. Inhale, push your hips forward, open your chest. Exhale, core in, hands down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Right leg back. Inhale, reach up or keep your hands down if you like. Exhale, back into your plank. Drop your knees, elbows in, chest forward and shoulders back as you come down. Pointing the legs, lengthening, lifting the chest up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, the leg forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, back into a forward bend. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale, down. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come forward. Left leg back. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Come into a plank, lower down. Inhale, into cobra. Shoulders and elbows back. Exhale, push into downward dog. One deep breath. Inhale, stretch the left leg back. Keep your hips facing the mat. Exhale, draw your knee to your chest and your foot forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Right foot forward, forward bend. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, bring it down. One more of each leg. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Right leg back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, into plank. Lowering into the floor, hips back, elbows in, chest forward. Inhaling, lengthening into cobra. Exhaling, pushing back into downward dog. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale the right foot forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale into the forward bend. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands down the center line. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, close your hands. Inhale, reach up, press into your feet. Exhale, fold over your legs. Left leg back. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale into plank. Lowering into the floor. Elbows in, shoulders back. Inhale, lengthen into cobra. Exhale, push back into downward dog. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, bring the foot towards the front. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring your hands down. Right foot forward. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands down by your side. Keep your hands facing forward. Maybe close your eyes. Notice your breath. See if you can stand really steadily. Really tall. Relaxing as much as you can. The shoulders, the neck and the face. Maybe the fingers. The soles of the feet. Now is the rhythm of your breath. Start drawing your feet closer to the floor and feeling that the inner arch of your feet is lifting up and the energy is coming up to the inner thighs. And the inner thighs is nearly rolling forward a little bit as the back of the thighs is squeezing together. It's not much, it just changes the balance over your legs. Now keeping your lower back really nice and long. Let's inhale, draw the elbows back. Exhale, close the hands in front of our chest. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. I'm just going to turn to show you. I'm going to try and bring my forearms to be parallel with the floor. And I might exhale and gently draw the wrist down, just kind of warming up the wrist, because the next thing we're going to do is a lot of planks. So just warming up the wrist. Maybe exhaling, hands towards your face. Inhaling, drawing the hands down. And if there's a place where it feels like your hands need to stay a little bit, then you can just stay there and breathe there. If it feels nicer to move, then you move. Okay, I'm slowly coming back to center. A deep exhale here. Inhale, really stretch. Exhale, come into a forward bend. Now let's do a few breaths in that forward bend. So relax your legs as much as you can. Imagine the back of your legs is reaching towards the sky. If you can keep your hands on the floor, then you might bring the back of your hands onto the floor and just get that as a little wrist stretch. So being careful, not putting too much weight. With every breath, you're lengthening your spine, noticing where your spine starts in your lower back. As you exhale, you let the angle between the spine, the lower spine, and the legs get a little shorter. And on an inhale, you're going to look forward, bring your hands back onto the mat, and exhale, bring the right leg back, dropping the back knee. First thing we're going to do is just a couple of lunges. So we can keep the back knee down, like we can take a lot of weight into the foot rather than in the knee itself, if that's quite strenuous. And as we inhale, we're going to let ourselves come up a little bit. Maybe inhaling, bringing the hands together in front of the head, interlocking the fingers except for the index and thumbs. Exhale, draw yourself back over your hips. And inhale, look up at your thumbs and maybe arch back a little bit. Deep inhale here. As we exhale, bringing the hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, lengthening. And exhaling, turning towards the side. Inhale, open your arms. Exhale, so either you bring your elbow into the front of your thighs, you're trying to make a line between your arm bone and your shin bone, or you can, if it feels comfortable, you bring the fingertips inside your legs. And then you can inhale, reach the right hand up. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Focusing on what's happening around your tummy. So you're starting loosening those muscles. Letting the left knee move out towards the side. And then on an exhale, we might bring the right hand past the face. So you're looking for a line. And keep drawing your right shoulder back, keeping space around both sides of your neck. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, bring that right hand down onto the floor. Frame your left leg with your hands. And then pressing your right hand onto the side. Let's inhale, the left hand up towards the ceiling. So if it's too much, you can always keep that left hand onto the small of your back and open the left shoulder up. So every time we twist, which means that our hips are facing one way and our chest is facing the other way, as we inhale, we try and lengthen the spine. And as we exhale, we soften. Now, if this feels good, we can inhale up and exhale, let the left hand come past the face, trying to make a line with the body. Soften everything that you can soften. See if you can find just a nice stretch in that pose and not make too much effort. Take a deep inhale where you are, and on an exhale, bring your hand back around your foot and send your left foot back. Let's come into a plank. So anytime the plank is too much for you, you drop your knees, but you try and keep your lower back a little engaged. So it's not like poking the hips up, it's tilting the pelvis, so like you still get that effort. But if you're happy in a plank, stay in the plank. Breathe here. Notice where you feel it. As you exhale, let's drop your knees. Then let's inhale, really arch the back, draw up the hips back, and maybe flatten your toes and come down until you bring your elbows into the mat. And just want to look at your arms and notice if your arms are parallel. So there's the same distance between your wrists, your elbows and your shoulders. Went from left to right, right? So when we've got this, trying to really relax the side of the neck, the side of the shoulder, maybe moving the head. Sometimes it helps if you feel you're being really stuck. So we're going to come back onto hands and knees, but keeping that movement of the elbows. So inhaling, looking up, letting the back arch. And exhale, same arms really parallel, resisting with the hands, bringing your chest down between your hands. Let's lengthen the legs, bring the big toes together and the inner heels together. Take a deep exhale here. As you exhale, see if you can lift your tummy off the floor. Inhale, come into a little cobra. Exhale, bring your nose back down to the floor. Push your pelvic down and lift the tummy off. Inhale, little cobra. Exhale, lifting the tummy. And I mean, it's not really lifting, but the action is there, right? And inhale, come back. Now in the little cobra, let's see if we can inhale the right leg up. Exhale, draw it down. Inhale the left leg up. And exhale, bring it down. So alternating legs. Trying to use your hands to draw your shoulders back rather than to prop yourself up. Notice when you're raising one leg that the other leg isn't pressing strongly into the ground as the hips pressing into the ground. Next time we do the left leg. Exhale, relax. Bring your hands by your chest and push back into a downward dog. Breathing into your downward dog. Take a deep exhale. On your inhale, stretch your right leg all the way back. As you exhale, bring the right foot all the way forward, drop the back knee. Inhaling into lunge. We might stay here for a few breaths, so taking the weight off the back knee, trying to tilt the pelvis, get that lengthening of the left hip. Trying to soften. If it feels good, we bring the hands up. We might interlock the fingers except for the index and the thumbs. And inhaling, reaching the hips forward as we lean back a little bit. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, bring your hands back into prayer and draw your hands down your chest. Inhale here. As you exhale, turn over to the side, open your arms wide. So if you need to, you can bring your left foot like in line with your right foot, if that's easier on your legs. Like in general, if one part of your body really wants to move, then do move it. You know, listen to it and try and understand why it needs to move and just follow what your body says. So inhaling with your arms wide, exhaling either the elbow below the right knee or the hand onto the floor. And first we reach up and we let the right leg open. And we're trying to just lengthen in that pose. Softening the middle of the body as we exhale. If it's comfortable, on the exhale, we can open the left hand, draw it past the face, look a little forward. Let the hips sink towards the right heel. On an exhale, bringing the left hand down onto the floor, right hand over your foot. And take an inhale with your right hand up. Breathe into those poses. Inhale to lengthen, to find lightness and ease. Exhale to relax, to find softness and joy. Maybe inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, draw the hands past the face. Take a few breaths here. Soften your legs if you can, soften what you can. Exhale, bring your hands back around your foot and push on the left foot, come back into a forward bend. You can bring your knees fairly bent and just swinging between heels, toes. Relaxing your neck and shoulders. And if you're finding the practice really tough, then maybe you can take it easier. Sometimes we do want to challenge ourselves, and sometimes it's good to find something difficult and it's what you're looking for. And if we're in that frame of mind, then we also have to be careful not to go too far. But if it feels way too hard, then only have to do the stuff. And if you've got to do only one thing, on an exhale, make your hips heavier. Inhale, your heart. Exhale, close your hands. Come forward. Bring your left leg back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come into a plank. And stay in a plank. So again, if plank doesn't work for you, for your wrists or for your back, try not to do let your hips sag. So really pushing your hips away from the floor. Push with your heels back and the crown of your head forward. If you need to, drop your knees. But keep everything really engaged. Now let's see if we can inhale, lift the right leg. And exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift the right hand. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale the left hand. Exhale, bring it down. Now, make sure your feet are hip distance apart. If you haven't dropped your knees and you need to, you can do it. Let's exhale. Come onto the left side. So left hand underneath us. Inhale. Bring your right hand up. So either you keep your feet in front of each other. You can bring the right leg forward. You can drop the bottom knee. Or if you want it harder, you bring the feet on top of each other, which is hard for balance. And then for here, we might exhale, reach the right hand past the head. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, come back. And let's push into downward dog. If it's too much for your wrist, drop your knees, drop your elbows, give your wrist a few circles, or squeeze the wrist that feels stiff really hard with the other hands, maybe shaking the hand a little bit. If you feel good, let's come into downward dog. Take a deep exhale. Inhale, push into your toes, come back into plank. Shift your weight onto your right hand, pivot onto your feet. Pick whatever leg option you need. And inhale, stretch your left hand up. Exhale, past your head. Inhale up. Exhale, past. Inhale up. Keep your hips lifted. Exhale, past your face. Inhale up. Exhale, come back into plank. Drop your knees. Swing your feet to one side. And come to sitting. Now keep in front of you. Just like, basically as far as you need them. Sorry. So as far as you need them to keep your feet flat. So, if they're too far, the feet don't go flat, but you don't need to bring them really close either. And then just using your hands on your knees, try and bring your spine to be really, really tall. Try to not use too much strength of the arms. And when we're here, we can circle the knees or circle the wrists, sorry. Shake the hands maybe. And we're just focusing on that really long spine. Relaxing, like if your inner hips are getting quite tight, like maybe use the hands to support the hips. And then from here, let's see if we can keep our back exactly where it is and walk our feet closer to our chest. And wrap our arms around the knees or holding whichever you are. Again, I'm focusing mostly on my spine to be really straight, on my shoulders to be to the side of my body rather than all the way at the front. Take a deep inhale, looking a little up. And as I exhale, I'm going to bring my feet off the floor. And I'm trying to make a little egg shape out of my body. So whichever arms option you want, just trying to really lengthen the spine. Exhale, drop your feet back, maybe bring your heels together. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. And on an inhale, you might lift the head a little, lengthen the heart forward a little. Exhale, soften again. So you can move with your breath, inhaling, lengthening, and exhaling, softening. Or you can just take a passive stretch where you're staying still and not seeing the breath moving your body. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, close your legs. Either you cross your legs, bring your hands to the front, and you step back into plank. Or if this doesn't happen for you, cross your leg, bring your feet to one side, walk back into hands and knees. Staying maybe in hands and knees. So anytime I say plank, you can say, yeah, whatever, hands and knees. Whichever, Let's exhale into downward dog, or keeping your knees down if you need it. Breathing into downward dog. If you like, you can exhale, drop your knees, and have a look at the next set, because it'll be easier to look without doing it. So just look at the first move, and then join me, and we can do it together. So from downward dog, we're going to inhale the right leg back. We're going to exhale, bring the knee as close to our nose as we can, and then pushing on the back toe, bringing the leg forward. Now the leg might be here. I'm going to try and bring it as close to the armpit as we can. And then as we inhale, bring it towards the other elbow. And then coming back, exhaling, bringing as high as you can against your arm. Inhale, stretch it all the way back up. Exhale, open the foot out to the side. Let the heel come towards your bum. And let the side of your tummy really stretch, looking through the opposite arm. And exhale, coming back. So I'm going to do it with the left foot. I'm going to inhale the left foot back. Exhale, come into a half plank. Inhale, look forward, push into the hands. Exhale, bring the knee higher up onto the leg. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bring the knee onto my opposite elbow. And inhale, keep your balance. Come all the way back into the three-legged dog. Exhale, stretching the side of the body, staying your breath here. And exhale, coming back in downward dog. So, okay. If this is not happening for you, like not a chance, come into hands and knees. If your hands are tired, come onto elbows and knees. And just inhale, stretch your leg back. Exhale, bring your knee forward. And inhale back. And exhale forward. So you can do this, on your forearms or on your hands. And you can also lift the hip, bring the heel towards the bum, and let the thigh lengthen. Whichever. Or you can just sit back and, relax and not do it, whichever you like. If you're up for it, let's come back into downward dog. Inhale, the right leg back. Let's take a breath here and really draw that leg back. Imagine you're being drawn by the ankle, checking that both hips are facing the floor and the weight isn't so much on your hands. Now when you exhale, draw your knee to your nose and inhale, push into your left foot to come into the one-legged plank. Exhale, bring your knee higher into your right armpit. Inhale, look forward, lengthen. Exhale, bring your knee into your left elbow. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, into downward dog. Inhale, stretch the leg back. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, open your thigh out towards the sky. Take a breath here, if you like. Relax what you can relax. Inhale, stretch your leg back, face the center. Exhale, come back into downward dog. Take a break if you need. Pedal your hands or your feet. If you really feel it into your wrist, try and use your fingers more. And let's inhale the left leg up. Breathing here. See what happens if you push through the heels or if you point the toe. How does it change it in your body? Then on exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, one-legged plank. Exhale, knee to left armpit. Inhale, one-legged plank. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, one-legged plank. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, stretch your leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the heels down. Breathe here. Exhale, drop your foot back into downward dog. Drop your knees. Drop your forehead. Bring your hands back by your feet. Take a child pose. Notice what you feel in your body. And try and pay attention to all the parts of your body. So some parts might be, feeling really strongly. But then, what about your breath? What about other parts of your body? That may not be as, feeling the practice as much as the first part, but still a little bit. And then inhale, bring your hands forward on your knees, or if it really doesn't work for you, sit on your bum with your leg cross-legged, or sit on a cushion, whichever works. If you're sitting on your knees, maybe you'd like to open your feet a little out to the side and sit between your feet. Maybe not. Maybe you're just sitting on your knees. So we're going to rest the core and do a couple of shoulders and forearms stretches. So let's bring the hands out to the side. Exhale, bring the right hand onto the left elbow. Let the left elbow, I'll turn around. The left hand down the line of your spine. You just breathe here. So as you're breathing, you feel that right elbow is going up towards the ceiling, back towards the back of your body, and the right hand is coming down the line of your spine. And inhale, stretch both hands up, and exhale, switch. So find a place where your head isn't stuck, So if you can relax the rest of your body. So if you're not sitting comfortably, then maybe sit differently so that your spine can be straight and everything else can be relaxed. Let's inhale, bring both hands up. Exhale, bring both hands down by your bum. I'm going to use the right hand, the left hand, to draw the right elbow a little back and bring the left hand as high as it goes into your back. And maybe your whole, like, be careful. Sometimes, we make a lot of space. So wherever you are, try and come back to a straight spine. And breathe here. So feeling the palm of the back of your hands down here, It's wherever it goes for your body. So you start holding onto the wrist and sliding it and then moving the arm. Try and take deep, long breath. Noticing where you feel the stretch, especially on the exhale. And take a deep inhale, exhale, relax, shake it if you need to, and then drawing both hands back. Let's do the other arm. So you can just hold the wrist and looking for that movement of the arm across the back of the body. Or walk your fingers onto the elbow and the hands towards the spine. And for me, there's a massive difference between both my arms. I think we all have stronger side, and usually the stronger side is going to be the least flexible one. And it's okay. But sometimes, you don't want to try and force one side to be as good as the other. Because maybe it's less flexible, but it's because it's so much stronger. If I could do everything, if my left hand could do everything my right hand could, it'd be great. But there's no way it can. So, it can stretch way higher, but it can't write, And that works for loads of different aspects of yourself. Sometimes we tend to focus on what we can't do, and we forget everything we can do. Now let's exhale and relax it. Maybe roll the shoulders, and you can take whichever favorite stretch of those you had, or you can try whole pose. So the right arm comes up, reach down as the elbow comes up, and the left hand comes down. And maybe the hands aren't going anywhere, or maybe you can hold onto your fingers. And if that's not happening, then do something else. Do repeat one of the previous one of the half ones. Focus on the alignment of your spine, from left to right and from back to front. Check that your head is relaxed. Come back and face you. Take inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, slowly release. Circle the arms and do the opposite pose of what you just did. So this is my bad side. And it's okay. It's just less flexible. And there's a lot happening in those stretches. The other thing you can do is hold a strap or a belt or a towel behind you, or a ponytail. So if the hands don't reach, grab something and pull on that strap, whichever works. And notice where you feel it, in the tricep, which part of your arm. And exhale, circle your arms out. Let's come back into our backs. No, not yet. Well, if you like, come back into your back. If you want a little stretch in between, come back into downward dog. Take a deep breath in downward dog. And then walk your feet forward, trying to touch your knees to your chest with every step until your feet are all the way forward. And then inhale, really lengthen your spine. Exhale, really forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, close your hands. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Let's bring your right leg and your left leg back. Take a plank, deep inhale into plank. Exhale, drop your knees, hips back, elbows back, chest comes down. Inhale, lengthen into cobra. Exhale, push back into downward dog. And then bend your knees to the front, to the side, and come back to lie on your back. Now let's bring our feet together to the front of the mat, legs straight. And reach our hands back. So you can keep the palms of your hands facing up, or palms of the hands facing up is pretty good. Now you're going to inhale, really stretch, and exhale, draw your lower back towards the floor. Inhale, stretch, but keep that engagement of the lower back towards the floor. And the next exhale, you're going to lift the head and the arms. Now, if it's really hard on your neck, you can keep your hands underneath your head and support the head with the arms. Or you can even do like hands by your hips, or you can sit and come onto your forearms. Now, when you're here, we're going to also lift the legs. Remember to keep drawing your lower back down towards the mat on the exhale. And exhale, bring your knees to your chest. Give them a little squeeze. And then extend the left leg and cross your right leg as high over your thigh as you can. And then bring the outside of your calves together. So we're not going to hook the feet here, because I find that when we do this lying down, it puts a lot of pressure on the knees. So instead of hooking the feet, keep squeezing the outer ankle into the outer calf. And try and bring your knees right over your hips. So not further down, just down there. And then extend your arms towards the ceiling. And bring the right arm under the left arm, cross the arms as close to the shoulders as you can, and then swivel so that you can bring the forearms together. And like you can do the same thing as the legs, where you're holding the back of the forearms towards each other, or bring your hands together. As you exhale, you're drawing your navel in and your spine towards the mat. And as you inhale, you try and relax and smile. Think about the chocolates that are left in the box. Lengthen your neck. Squeeze the ankle a little closer to the outer leg. And inhale, relax. Maybe draw your knees to your chest. Roll a little bit. And stretch one leg. Stretch the other leg. And then extend the right leg. Cross the left leg over as close as you can. Squeezing the thighs, squeezing the outer legs. Arms in front of you. Left arm under, right arm over. Cross them as close to your chest as you can. And breathe. And exhale. Relax. Maybe bring the left knee to your chest. Extend the right leg. Breathe here as you exhale, the left knee becomes heavier. As you inhale, the right leg becomes heavier. Exhale, bring the right knee to your chest, change your hands. Inhale, extend the left leg. Left thigh is close to the ground. Exhale, right thigh is closer to the body. And exhale the left knee into your chest. You can extend the legs up for a second. Hold underneath the knees. Tuck your chin into your throat. Look towards your navel. Roll back and forth a few times. And roll up to sitting. And you can just get dressed and take your favorite twist. Or we can just, before we go down into relaxation, just finish off our core workout. So you can either bring the hands down by your side, again focusing on a really straight spine, and lifting the knee up and chest up. So we can stay here and just hold it as long as you possibly can. Maybe bringing the hands in I can't find my word. Same level as your knees, basically. Or if you feel super strong, extending the legs. Maybe even extending the hands. No, I'm not that strong. Breathe. Try and bring your chest and your knees a little closer. Lengthen your spine and relax your face and your shoulders. Sometimes, just cheating a little and then coming back. And exhale. Relax. Get your layers nearby, your blanket, your socks. Put them on now if you like. Come and roll onto your back. Extend the right leg. And then take whichever version of the twist you like most. So either the bottom leg stays straight into the mat and the top leg comes across with the foot still hooked behind the knee, or you can extend it all the way, or you can bring both knees and they can be really bent, or they can be really straight, whichever works for you most. And then try and get your upper body to face towards the sky again or the ceiling. And breathe deeply. Maybe your head turns all the way to the left, or maybe it just looks up towards the ceiling. Doesn't, whatever works for you. First, breathe into your head and your arms. Inhaling into your top lung. And exhaling, trying to relax your shoulders into the ground. And if they're really far off the ground, just keep your awareness deep inside your body. And notice what's holding your body up against gravity. You don't have to go, very like trying to explain that feeling to yourself. Just trying to move your awareness slowly from the part that's suspended over to the part that feels like it's making an effort to keep it suspended. And then take a breath out. And notice if there's, in that breath out, an ever so slightly movement. Move to the center of your body. If you can really relax all of the abdomen, all of the lower back muscles. Notice what's happening in the muscles in the core of your body as your chest is facing one way and your hips are facing the other. Notice the feelings, the left hip and the left thigh. All the way down to your left foot. And as you're breathing, especially with the breath in, where tissues on your body might feel a little stretched as the body expands with the breath in, notice if you feel the connection between the different parts of your body. From your hips to your side, or your sides to your shoulders. And notice if you can relax one part, does the other part get to relax as well. And take a deeper inhale where you are. Notice where your body is at, how your legs are arranged and your arms. Then on an exhale, roll towards your legs. Bring the top knee towards your chest. And use your arms to bring that top knee towards the ceiling until your whole body rolls back onto your back. And then just readjust. And let's take the pose in the other direction and see if you can start with taking the same arrangement for your body as you had on the other side. And then if it doesn't work, then change it. So whichever option you like. One leg straight. Maybe it's easier to turn the hips first and then reopen the chest, or maybe you want to keep your chest facing the ceiling and then just lean the knees towards the side. Really take the time to find what feels good for you. And then find a place where you can be still. Start breathing into the right lung, the right shoulder and arm. Letting them be close to the ground, stretched by gravity. And then come to the right side of your abdomen and back. Feeling the connections between the center of the body, and the front, the back, the top and the bottom of the body. Noticing the feelings in the hips, along the thigh, and the lower leg. Noticing as if anything is holding your breath from being as deep as it wants to be. And take a deeper inhale where you are. Exhale, turn towards your legs, bring the top knee towards your chest. Open that top knee towards the ceiling until you roll back onto your back. And come into Shavasana with your legs open wide. Your arms a little distance away from your body. Make yourself really comfortable. Adjusting your head. Shuffling everything into chakra until You found the right place for every limb, and you can let them be. Bring your awareness. Notice the movement of the breath in your chest. And be very gently amplifying those movements. So you're not forcing your breath. You're not dictating the rhythm. When you feel like you get to the end of your inhale, see if you can relax the muscles in your chest. Let the inhale become a little deeper and the breath reaching through all the four corners of your ribcage, even to the top of your shoulders, to your collarbones. Like not in a forceful way, just, get more breath. And when you're really full, see if you can have the most relaxed exhale. So you're holding very so slightly the speed of your exhale. Keeping all of the muscles in your chest really relaxed. There's a gentle, gentle engagement. Keep the breath going as far as it can possibly be time-wise. And when you feel like you're finished exhaling, maybe try and keep exhaling a little more. But not in any way by making an effort. Not is that state of empty in your chest, in your shoulders. Sometimes it even draws the shoulders up a little bit. And then let the breath fully comes in. So keeping the awareness into the upper part of the body. Starting maybe all the way into your head and neck. All the way around your rib cage. Into your shoulders and the front of your arms. All the way to your palms, your fingertips, the back of your hands. And then on the next inhale, you're going to draw your awareness to the area of your upper abdomen and navel. And as you inhale, you're going to really relax the muscles around the upper abdomen, around the sides of your waist and that first part of your back. Letting the breath move into those four sides. And exhale. Notice quite dramatic movement as the breath draws away. So the breath might start in the chest, but then it moves down to the abdomen. See if you can feel all the different layers of your body in that midsection. Feel the skin, the muscles, the spine in the back. And your guts. How are your guts feeling today? Notice how it's that deep, slow movement of the breath. You're gently massaging them. And the next inhale, and then you let your awareness move all the way down to the inside of your hips. You're going to relax your lower abdomen, round the pubic bone, into the pelvic floor. Feel the breath move all the way down to your hips. Feeling the exhale, really relaxing all the muscles inside the hips. You can even feel it in the top of the legs. Breathe into the lower abdomen first. See what else comes up to your attention as you're not focusing on the lower abdomen and the inner hips. Maybe you're holding tension in your buttocks and you can soften them. You can feel the very top of your leg bones into the hip joints. And you can relax them. Maybe you can let that feeling move down your legs, all the way to your feet. And see if you can bring your awareness to be in your whole body at once. Noticing the movements of the breath. The imprint that your body is making on the floor, on the earth. The air around the upper parts of the body. Parts of your body that are inside. And the rhythm, the life in them. And then the parts of your body that are in contact with the outer world. And what filters through your senses from the outer world. The feelings of temperature, hot or cold, texture under your skin, sounds, light, smells. Notice that your mind is inside your body. Your mind reacts to those outer stimulus and also to the inner stimuli. But maybe through some part of that relaxation was one feeling that, one time just you felt totally relaxed and that you felt like your mind was still and resting. So if you can hold on to that memory, and it could have been a very brief moment, could have been the whole time. It's going to be different every day, it's going to be different for everyone. But there is always one moment where you feel your mind is resting. And just remembering how that feels. Sometimes it's what you need. At times where, everything gets a little too much. So let's bring movement back into the body. Deep a stretch or roll or whatever you need. Maybe resting onto one side. Letting everything settle. Remembering that feeling of well-being that you have. It's in you. Whichever way you're feeling now, you did it to yourself. So you can do it again and again whenever you need it. When you're ready, press up to sitting. Your hands together in front of your heart. Take a deep inhale, sitting up tall, feeling pride and gratitude for being yourself. Bringing all this energy into the palms of your hands, rubbing it together. Bringing it to your face so you can softly open your eyes in the darkness. And your shoulders, your beautiful hearts, your hips, knees, and feet. And back to your heart. Namaste. Oh, thank you. Enjoy the sunshine again. See you on Thursday at 9:30. Bye.